All right, let's go. Mount Gundabad. This is a great quest. It's very fun. You start with side 1A, the side door. We're going to add Dagner to the staging area. We're going to set the first forge aside, out of play. We're going to create the caves deck. We're going to create the quests deck. We're going to attach Wormsbane to one of our heroes, Broken Side face up. And then we're going to discard cards from the encounter deck until we get X location, where X is one less than the number of players. I actually screwed that up. I do that. I add a location. In a solo game, you should not be adding a location. But I'm bringing a deck that can handle it, so forgive me for that mistake. All I did is make the quest a little harder on myself by adding a location to the staging area when I shouldn't have. All right, I had forgotten to pull out the first forge, so I grabbed that. Dagner's back. She's 50 engagement, X7, 5, 20. X is equal to one more than the number of quests in the victory display. Indestructible, immune, cannot take more than X damage each round, and while there are 5 or more quest cards in the victory display, Dagner cannot leave the staging area and is considered to be engaged with every player. Here's the caves deck. Now, the rules get this wrong. You're supposed to put in the Horde and the Throat into the caves deck. They forgot to mention that in the rules. So if you're playing this quest, make sure you add those two locations to the caves deck. These are all stage 2As. You give them a shuffle, and then you're going to reveal the top one at the beginning of the quest phase, unless there's a quest effect telling you to do otherwise. So we don't know where we're going. It's like Flight from Moria, where we are going to be doing some dungeon crawling. That's what I like about this quest. It's very unique, and every play is different. Okay, we got Wormsbane. You attach that to a hero, Broken Side face up, and the attached hero is going to get +1 attack. If that hero leaves play, we lose the game. Okay, who's going to help us do this? We got Barivore from the core set, 10 threat, 2/2/2/4. Exhaust her to draw 2 cards, limit once per round. She's going to help fuel a Dale deck. So we're finally playing a Dale deck, and Dale decks are extremely powerful. They're on the level of Outlands. So helping us here, we have King Brand. Leadership, 10 threat, 2/3/2/3 Dale Noble. Each Dale character you control with a player attachment gets +1 willpower, and then response, after you play an attachment on a Dale character without an attachment, draw a card. He's going to hold on to Wormsbane, so he's going to be able to attack for 4. And then helping us as well to round it out, these are the 2 heroes that came in the deluxe, is Bard, Son of Brand. He is Spirit, 9 threat, 2/2/2/3 Dale Noble. When playing an item attachment, Bard, Son of Brand is considered to have the leadership, lore, and tactics icons. Response, when a character leaves play, return each attachment that was attached to that character to its owner's hand. Limit once per phase. So Dale is nuts. It's absolutely nuts. So basically you play an attachment, they get a willpower boost, you get to draw a card, you play another attachment. The attachments are boosting Dale characters. It gets pretty crazy. You can build up amazing defenders. You can get a Guardian of Esgaroth, which is an ally, into what the community calls God mode. And it's basically an unstoppable ally. It's pretty insane. That's what we're going to try to do, because we do have a dragon we need to worry about. And a Guardian of Esgaroth is going to be how we handle this dragon. And once a Dale deck gets up and running, it's pretty much unstoppable. I mean, you can always thread out, but it's absolutely insane. It does take a while to get up and running, so that's how you can lose with a Dale deck. And this quest actually is a pretty good one for allowing you to take your time to build up an army. So we should be able to have a pretty good game here. All right, let's see what I got in my opening hand. We have condition removal. That's good. Some healing. There's a Dale ally. That's a good one. There's a Wild Stallion. Guardian of Esgaroth. Okay, great. And then Valiant Determination. Also just a crazy attachment. Okay, this is a great starting hand. I did not get the King of Dale card, but I have these 3 cards, which are very important to helping to get my Guardian of Esgaroth powered up. Now I'm going to shuffle the deck, and like I said, I'm going to discard till I get a location. But I shouldn't be doing this in a solo game. That's only if you're playing 2 or more players. And wow, are there locations in this deck? Holy cow, I never would have found a single card in the Caves deck. There we go. All right, finally discarded a location, so all these cards are now in the discard pile. And the location that I am adding to the staging area is 3 threat. It's the Mines of Gundabad. It's deep, and Dagner gets -10 engagement cost. I still don't have to worry about her. So, I mean, I am going to have a decent amount of threat in the staging area at the start of the game, so I don't really consider this cheating. I'm actually making it harder on myself. Okay, let's look at side 1B. I think I've done everything here that I was supposed to, and one thing I wasn't. So first, at the end of the planning phase, the first player looks at the top 2 cards of the quest deck. I choose one, and I put the other one on the bottom of the deck. Now that can be confusing because it just says look at them. You're supposed to flip them over and take a look and pick which one you want to go to. We then add this quest card to the victory display, and then we advance the quest to the top card of the quest deck that you just chose. Okay, my starting threat is 29. I'm going to do resources across the top. And I don't know if I've mentioned this in a while, but my playmat, my exhaustion tokens, those are all things I've gotten as swag over the years. None of it's available to purchase, but if you want some of this stuff, consider joining our Patreon. By the time this video drops, it will be too late to join for this year's Patreon swag. Okay, I drew the map of Romanian as my starting card, which is a great attachment. Attached to a Dale or Scout character, limit 1 per character. Response, after the attached character commits to the quest, place 1 progress on the active location. That's real great, so I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to get a card per King Brand. And because Bard has an attachment, he's questing for 3. I drew the Bow of You. That's free, so I'll play that on King Brand. That draws me a card, and now he's questing for 3. So the Dale deck is already doing really well. I have 2 extra willpower and the ability to place a progress on the active location, and the Bow of You does a piece of direct damage. Okay, end of the planning phase. Let's take a look at the top 2 quest cards. We got Foreboding Darkness, 4 progress needed. We only can play 1 card each phase, and when this stage is defeated, we can look at the top 2 cards of the quest deck, put 1 on the bottom, and make 1 the active quest. And then, of course, at the end of the combat phase, we can bypass this stage, and we would go to the next one at the next quest phase. We also have Frenzied Warrens. I don't want to do this one. Basically, I have to potentially find an enemy as long as this thing is the active quest. I don't want to deal with that right now. So that one's going to go on the bottom of the deck. And we're going to make the Foreboding Darkness the current active quest. Dagner is going to get 1 more threat because there's a quest in the victory display. So we're up against 5. So like I said, adding that location adds quite a bit more threat than if I hadn't added that location. Okay, if I send the whole team, I am questing for 8. So 8 against 5, and we get Dark Places. We add the threat of the active location to the threat in the staging area, and if there isn't threat, we discard till we get a location. Okay, let's do that, and we end up with a 3 threat dark tunnel. Progress cannot be placed on dark locations in the staging area while it's in the staging area, and it's deep. I added 3 threat, so I make no progress, and I get to choose one of these to go to. It really doesn't matter. Neither one of them affect my board state much. It has a deep keyword, so we flip over the top card of the cave deck, and we get the Crumbling Cavern. This is the best time to get that. Assign damage equal to the number of characters we control. So I control 3 characters, so let's assign 3 damage. Now, you don't have to get through the caves deck to beat this quest, but the more cave locations you can get out of the caves deck, the easier it is for you to beat this quest in a timely manner. Alright, I am not going to bypass this quest stage. We're going to stay right here. And now I can only play 1 card, which is a real shame because I could play a bunch of cards if that restriction wasn't here. So I only can play 1 card. I think I'm going to play the North Realm Lookout. I want to get another body on the table. And then the following round, I can boost its willpower. So doing a bit of a slow game. So the North Realm Lookout gets +1 willpower if it has an item attachment and it doesn't exhaust a quest. So if you play an item attachment on it, it gets the boost from King Brand as well. So he's actually questing for 3 without exhausting. Okay, that was my 1 card I could play, so I'm going to send everybody on the quest. All the enemies have pretty high engagement costs, and if I have to engage something and take it undefended, that's a risk I'm going to have to take. Okay, I get to place 1 progress on the active location per the map. We are sending 8, still up against 5. And we get a Hobgoblin. Okay, he has a 38 engagement, and he steals my top card. It's a 1-cost Hauberk of Mail, so now he has 2 threat, and we make a couple progress. And that is going to be it. We're going to place the 2 progress and go into the next round. All right, round 3. The card we draw is a Wild Stallion. All right, sweet. So that's a good card to have. I have 2 copies now. I'm going to put another map of Romanian. It's not unique into play. That's going to go on the North Realm Lookout. So he's going to get +2 willpower. 1 from the king, 1 from an item attachment, and he will not exhaust a quest. I get to draw a card, test a will. Great, because I can play 1 card per phase. And that's it. So I've added 2 willpower, and now when I commit all the characters to the quest, I can place 2 progress on the active location. So we should get through this stage pretty quick here now. Let's see what we reveal. It is 11, and we get, all right, Afraid of the Dark. So I got to attach it to a questing hero. I remove that hero from the quest. That hero's willpower is now 0 and a blank text box. Now I do have Power of Orthanc, which will remove that from my hero. I could also play a Test of Will and get rid of it. If I keep Barivore, because that's who I'm thinking of doing, because she has the least amount of willpower. If I drop her willpower down to 0, I don't place enough progress on the quest to advance. I need 4. If I cancel this, I still don't place 4 progress on the quest. Okay, so I'm just going to let this go off, and I'm going to put it on Barivore, and we are going to place some progress on the quest. No matter what I did, I wasn't going to be able to clear the quest. So there we go. I lose her to willpower, but we do place 1 progress on the active location, so that will add that to the victory display, and we will place 1 progress on the quest, and then I can travel to this other location. And before I forget, let's do Power of Orthanc. So that seems like something I'd forget about. So Doom 2, remove a condition attachment. So that's gone. And now let's travel. So we'll travel to this deep location. It wasn't doing anything while it was in the staging area. And it gets replaced by, hey, that works, the Ancient Treasury. It's a 3/3. And when it becomes the active location, I can either draw some cards, I can add a resource, or I can drop my threat. Let's draw cards. So I get, oh, well, there we go. The King of Dale and the King of Dale. That is a card I was looking for. So I drew both copies of that. Great, good. I got rid of threat in the staging area, and I think we're good to go now. All right, next round, the card we draw is Traffic from Dale. That's excellent. That is a resource acceleration card. So once I can play multiple cards in the planning phase, we're going to explode the board state. I am going to play, King of Dale makes no sense. I'm going to play the Guardian of Esgaroth. Let's get him in the game. So he gets +1 to all of his stats, including hit points, for every attachment on him. It has to be a different attachment. +3 is the max. So he enters God mode pretty quick once you get 3 attachments on him. It's absolutely insane because you also have to figure those attachments are doing things in addition to just being attached to him and boosting stats. So that's who's going to take care of this dragon. We're only up against 4 threat. Active location has 3. And I remember this time, the North Realm Lookout does not exhaust a quest. I want to make sure I clear this quest stage. All right, 2 progress going on the active. We are sending 12. And we get, okay, Eyes in the Dark, Doomed 1. And then I either have to raise my threat by the number of questing characters or discard a questing character. Raise my threat by 5, huh? I think we got to cancel this one. I think this is the one we're going to cancel. So this is a different phase, so I can do this. So we're going to cancel it. And so it was just Doomed 1. We added no threat, which means we clear the active location. Into the victory display it goes. And then we also clear this quest. And then this says I get to take a look at the top 2 quest cards, add 1 to the bottom, and then make the other one the active quest. Okay, that is cool. So let's do that. Let's not forget, Dagner gets +1 threat now because there's another quest in the victory display. Oh, we got the upper levels. That's the one we want. Imminent Pursuit is not one we need to worry about right now. So, but the upper levels is definitely the quest card we wanted to find. That is going to let us put the first Forge into the Caves deck. So it's 3 progress. Forced, after characters are committed to the quest, raise each player's threat by 1. And then forced, once this quest stage is completed, shuffle the first Forge into the Caves deck, and you absolutely have to find the first forge if you want to beat this quest. Okay, next round we can play as many cards as we want, and we get, great, the Long Lake Fisherman. That is a fantastic ally. Alright, I have lots of resources, and I have lots of cards, so let's do a lot of stuff. We're going to play the King of Dale, attached to a Dale hero, and then you exhaust it to reduce the cost of the next Dale ally you play by the number of player card attachments on the attached hero. So if I exhaust it right now, I get to reduce the cost by 2, and you do not need a resource match. So the Dale ally I am going to play is the Long Lake Fisherman. Now when the Long Lake Fisherman enters play, you name a number, and then you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you get to choose one of those cards that has a cost equal to the number you named. I kind of want to say 4, because there's a card I'm looking for that costs 4, but that would be pretty lucky. So I'm going to say 2, because I'm more likely to find a card that costs 2. Ah, dang it! There's that 4-cost card. All right, the 2-cost card I'm going to grab is another one of these North Realm Lookouts. Let's give the deck a shuffle and play some more cards. Well, there's some damage on the board, and I have a Warden of Healing and the resources to pay for them, so let's spend 2 lore resources. We'll pop in the Warden of Healing, and we are immediately going to exhaust him and heal 1 damage on 2 different characters. So that's going to get my board state looking a lot better. Don't like seeing any of that red. Lots of spirit cards in my hand, and I have a Traffic from Dale. So Traffic from Dale, you count the number of characters with an attachment, you spend a leadership resource, and then you can give a Dale hero resources equal to the number of characters with attachments. So that will be 3. So I'm going to add 3 resources to Bard, and then Bard is going to spend 2 of them for Valiant Determination, attaches to an ally, costs 2. Attached ally does not exhaust to quest, because I just played an attachment on a Dale character and it was his first attachment. I get to draw a card. I get Bardering. That's nice. Okay, so the Guardian of Esgaroth now has +1 to all of its stats, and then an additional willpower thanks to King Brand. Okay, those dice will help me keep track of stuff. So the North Realm Lookout and the Guardian of Esgaroth don't exhaust to quests. That's 6 willpower. Bard will add 3 more. That's 9. So it's going to be 9 against 5. That's not enough. Let's send the Long Lake Fisherman to make it 10. What do we have to do here? I haven't looked at this in a while. Oh yeah, raise my threat by 1 when I commit characters to the quest. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, let's send the Fisherman. So we'll make it 10 against 5. I need to make 3 progress. Maybe I'll get lucky. I'm going to be a little short. Okay, a 3-threat Dark Tunnel. So that means I'm going to place 2 out of the 3. And that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I will travel to the Dark Tunnel. It's deep, so we reveal the top card of the Caves deck. And we get the Frightful Den. All right, when Frightful Den becomes the active location, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards until we get an enemy and add that enemy to the staging area. Okie dokie, let's do that. All right, there we go. All shuffled in, and let's discard till we get an enemy. Ooh, it's another Hobgoblin. So when he enters the staging area, he's going to steal one of my cards, and it's, a 0-cost Power of Orthanc. So all of his stats are boosted by 0, so that was nice. So he's just attacking for 1, and he has 5 hit points and 1 defense, so that's not bad. Let's engage the one that's attacking for 2. I want to get this Hauberk of Mail, so I'm gonna switch that up. I'm gonna optionally engage the one that attacks for a little more. The Guardian of Esgaroth will defend. Hey, there's a nice card to get out of the encounter deck. I don't like that card. And so the Guardian of Esgaroth was fine. So let's see. North Realm Lookout can attack for 1, and then the King can attack for 3 plus 1, and then the Bow of You does a damage when he's declared an attacker. And I thought that was enough, so I'm like, oh, I don't need Barivore, but I'm actually 1 damage short. I think I thought the bow was adding 1 additional attack to the King. So the Hobgoblin shouldn't have died unless I used Barivore to help me, so sorry about that. I definitely can kill the Hobgoblin next turn. So I used Barivore to draw me 2 cards. It's 2 cards I already really had, so sorry about that. Barivore should have helped attack. The Bow of You does a damage when the attached character is declared an attacker, and it doesn't actually boost your attack like I thought it did. Okay, next round, and we're going to draw more spirit cards. So all I have is spirit cards. I mean, look at this insanity. It's nothing but spirit all day long. We got spirit, yes we do. Okay, but I do have the Hauberk of Mail, so I can attach that to my Guardian of Esgaroth, so he's going to get +1 defense because of the Hauberk, and then because it's another player card that's different than one he already has, it's going to boost all of his stats by 1 more. So he is quickly getting powered up. A 4 willpower, 3 attack, 4 defense, 3 hit point, non-exhausting to quest ally. All right, the King of Dale will pop in another North Realm Lookout for free. So I have 2 of those in play now. Let's use Barivore, and we draw 2 more Guardians of Esgaroth. Okay. So let's pop one of those in play. So we have a second Guardian of Esgaroth we can start powering up. And let's play a second Valiant Determination. So that will go on the Guardian of Esgaroth I just played, boosting his stats by 1, willpower by an additional 1. Since that's his first player card attachment, I draw a King of Dale. Are we done planning yet? This is Noldor level time. No, we are not done. We are going to play Bartering, so it's a 0-cost lore event, and you, as a planning action, can return an unexhausted player card attachment to your hand, and then you reduce the cost of the next player card attachment by the cost of the card you returned. So I'm going to grab this map, and I'm going to attach that to a North Realm Lookout, basically for free, and that draws me a card, and we get a Spare Hood and Cloak. 0 cost, attached to a character. That character and the Spare Hood and Cloak can exhaust to move the Spare Hood and Cloak to another character, and that character will ready. So it allows you to bounce it around. Really good in a Dale deck because you have all these characters not exhausting to quest, so it allows you to pop other characters back up. Let's put that on the Guardian of Esgaroth, so he's boosted a little more. He's not exhausting to quest. Yeah, this is a Dale deck. This is Outlands level power. I don't play Dale decks very much for this very reason. It's pretty OP, but fun. Very fun. I mean, if you have a tough quest and you are having trouble beating it, Dale will get it done. All right, so we have 4 allies that are not exhausting to quest, and 2 of them are placing progress on the active location. So by exhausting nobody, I am currently sending 14 with nobody exhausted. That's insane. Okay, so yeah, 14 against 4. 2 progress going on the active location. The card we reveal is a 3-threat Dark Tunnel. Okay, no problem. So we are definitely making enough progress to clear the active location and to clear the current quest stage. Now I should have raised my threat by 1. There we go, I remember. Boop. Okay, so now we're going to put the first forge into the Caves deck, and Dagner gets +1 threat. And after it's all shuffled up, we're going to travel to the deep location we just revealed and reveal the top card of the Caves deck. Ooh, Dagner's Horde. It is a 7/7 underground forest. When Dagner's Horde is explored, Dagner returns to the staging area and makes an immediate attack against each player in turn order, and then response. After Dagner's Horde is explored, each player may search his deck for an item attachment and add it to his hand, shuffle his deck. Awesome. I have lots of item attachments. Okay, that is our current active location. It's a lot of progress to get through. Let's engage this Hobgoblin. He's only attacking for 1. It's going to take 6 to kill him, and we have lots of ready characters, so I will defend with one of my Guardians. No Shadow, so no problem. And then we need to attack for 6. Let's see if I do it right this time. So all those allies right there attack for 3, and then there is 4. So he's dead. So I don't think it really mattered that I used Barivore. I didn't even use that Guardian of Esgaroth that I basically found and put in play because I only needed to make 3 progress total to do all this. So anyway, I mean, it was a mistake, but I don't think it's going to change anything in the game. I could have easily defended and killed that other Hobgoblin this turn. Okay, I just don't like making mistakes. I hate it when I'm watching a video and I'm like, God, what were you? Slow down or do the math again or something. Anyway, okay, we draw a Spare Hood and Cloak, so that can go on a Dale ally. So I'll put that on this Long Lake Fisherman, boosting his willpower, drawing me a card, and we get another Hauberk of Mail. It's limit 1. Still looking for a card or 2, so let's use Barivore, and we will draw the top 2 cards of my deck. I just have all these spirit cards. It's kind of insane. I really want a Traffic from Dale to help me pay for all these spirit cards, but let's see what I get here. Hey, there it is, the Ancestral Armor and another Bartering. Okay, let's use the King of Dale, and we'll pop in a Long Lake Fisherman for free. And I'm going to say 1. Come on, Traffic of Dale, be in my top 5. There's 2 copies left in my deck, and my deck is getting pretty low. There it is. Got it. Okay. I mean, it was kind of good odds, really, that I was going to find it. I have hardly any cards left in my deck, and 2 of them were Traffic from Dale. So let's maximize this Traffic from Dale. I have another bartering in my hand, so I'm going to use it to pull back a Spare Hood and Cloak. The Spare Hood and Cloak can now be played from my hand, and I'm going to play that on Bard. So Bard's going to get +1 willpower, and that's his first attachment, so that draws me a card. It's a Galadriel's Greeting. And now Traffic from Dale. So 1 leadership resource, and let's count how many characters have attachments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 resources going on Bard. Yes, this is a legitimate play. Like, this is how this deck works. I think you can see why I don't play it very much. It's so strong. Okay, so Bard can spend resources as any sphere. So we're going to play Ancestral Armor on my Guardian of Esgaroth, boosting his defense by 3, and then boosting his hit points by 3 as well. So that is 6. So God mode achieved, yeah. 5 willpower, 4 attack, not exhausting to quest, 7 defense. That's insane. And he could actually still have another restricted attachment. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Unstoppable, really. So let's make sure we spent the resources for that. I still have resources to spend. So we're going to play the Galadriel's Greeting, and I'm going to drop my threat by 6. So my threat just is going to plummet. And there's only, 4 threat in staging? Yeah, we're fine. We are fine. Okay, let's head into the quest phase. I should have revealed the next quest stage to see what I am up against. I am sending 14 by exhausting nobody, and I'm placing 2 progress on the active location. So, you know, that's not OP or anything. And we're only up against 4 threat. So let's see what we reveal. It's Dagner's Slave, so we cannot deal damage to Dagner while this guy's in play. He's only 2 threat. And then this is where I look over and I'm like, oh yeah, we got to do this. All right, and we have the Lower Deeps. 3 progress needed. The when revealed effects of the first treachery revealed each round cannot be canceled. When the stage is defeated, we can search the Caves deck for a location and make it the active location, shuffle the Caves deck. So that lets us find the first forge. So we are well on our way to defeating this scenario. We make enough progress to clear the active location and to clear this quest stage. We need to do all the effects on the active location first, so we're going to get attacked by Dagner, and then we get to find an item attachment and add it to our hand. Okay, so Dagner is attacking for 7. One of the Guardians of Esgaroth will take this, so it's 7 against 7, and the Shadow is an awesome one to not reveal. That's awesome, so no damage there. And now let's find an item attachment and add it to my hand. It's going to be another Ancestral Armor. So there it is. Okay, got that. And that goes in my hand. And then now we're going to clear the quest stage, which means we get to look in the Caves deck for the first forge and make that the active location. It's just a 1/1, it's immune, and then forced after the first forge becomes the active location, exhaust the hero with Wormsbane attached. That hero cannot ready while the first forge is the active location. And then response, after the forge is explored, we get to flip Wormsbane to the reforged side and attach it to any hero. Very cool. All right, we have 4 quests in the victory display. So Dagner is a 5 threat enemy. We're going to get engaged by this guy. He's attacking for 3. My Guardian of Esgaroth will defend. And the Shadow says the defending character cannot be readied by player card effects until the end of the round. Okay, I think he should have taken a damage here, but the Warden of Healing was ready to heal that. And then plenty of characters unexhausted that can swing back and kill this guy, so he's dead. And we will go into the next round. And yep, everything is turning up Chad here. This is how the deck is supposed to work, and it's pretty incredible. Okay, so the King Brand there, he should be exhausted. I throw an exhaustion token back on him in a minute. Okay, more condition removal, that's good. I'm not going to need Bear of War for anything, so let's exhaust her and draw 2 more cards. And we get another Hauberk of Mail, and then we get a Red Water Sentry. That's another good defender, because, you know, I need one of those. The King of Dale will reduce the cost of my next Dale ally by 2. It will not require a resource match, so I'm going to put in this Red Water Sentry. Reduce the cost to play armor attachments on the Sentry by 1, and he gains +1 defense for each armor attachment on him, and he's already defending for 2 to begin with. So, you know, that's nuts. We'll use Berevor's resource to pay for him, and then we'll give him a Hauberk of Mail, so that's going to give him +1 defense, +1 hit point if he has Sentinel. So we have another amazing defender on the board. He's defending for 4. He draws me a Bow of Yew for getting that attachment on him. So the Bow of Yew I can attach to this Long Lake Fisherman, boosting his willpower by 1, and that draws me a card. So the card we get here now is my final Valiant Determination. Okay. All right, let's go into the quest phase. We'll see what our next quest card is. So we're going to flip this over. And we have... dang it. Okay, it's the Great Worm. Dagner gets -5 engagement for each character the first player controls. That's fine. And then response, after a player resolves an attack against Dagner, if Dagner has 0 hit points remaining, that player may discard a reforged Wormsbane he controls to add Dagner to the victory display, then the players win the game. Well, that's great, except at the end of the combat phase, if there are 4 or fewer quests in the victory display, the players must bypass this stage. I only have 4. So that means this thing's going to get put on the bottom of the quest deck, and that literally is going to add 20 minutes to this video, because now I have to go through all the other quest stages before I can get this thing again. That stinks. Okay, I read all the cards in play again to make sure I wasn't missing anything. That reminded me to exhaust King Brand. I'm going to send the Long Lake Fisherman and a bunch of characters who are not exhausting to quests. The active location is immune, so I cannot place progress. But yeah, I have 4 allies not exhausting to quests. I'm going to send the Fisherman just in case I get a treachery that hurts me for questing characters. There you go. Well, that case in point. Doomed 1, and then either raise my threat by the number of questing characters or discard a questing character. I could take the threat increase. That really wouldn't hurt either. That's why you should always send an ally that you don't care about losing if you know a treachery's in the deck that could make you remove the ally. I do get the Bow of Yew back into my hand, so that's nice. Okay, the first forge is explored, so that means we now can flip Wormsbane over. It has been reforged, and we attach it to any hero we want. Still going to go on King Brand, and it's pretty crazy. It gets +X attack, where X is 1 plus the number of quests in the victory display. So right now, that is a boost of 5, and he's already got a base attack of 3, plus the bow. So, yeah, King Brand is one heck of an attacker at this point. If he leaves play, we lose the game. Okay, Dagner is going to attack us because it's getting -5 engagement cost for every character we control. So that would be a -50 engagement. So yeah, she's coming down. And we can defend with our Guardian of Esgaroth. And we get, oh man, we are getting very lucky never revealing these surging dragon treacheries. But we do have condition removal, so it's not that big of a deal. But okay, no damage there, and we can attack back. We are allowed to do 5 damage. So I have allies ready. Brand is ready. This Guardian of Esgaroth is attacking for 2. The Sentry's ready. I think I can just muster up an attack of 8. I could have readied my Guardian of Esgaroth with Bard's Sparrowhood and Cloak, or the Long Lake Fisherman Sparrowhood and Cloak, and done extra damage. I put 4 damage on her. I'm telling you, it's not going to matter. I'm going to get to a point in this game where I just don't attack her anymore because she already has 20 damage. Okay, well, we have to bypass this stage. That's why this stinks, because now I got to go all the way back through this deck and find it again. Dagner goes back up to the staging area, and like I said, it just makes this game really long. I mean, I wouldn't blame you one bit if you stop watching at this point. I mean, you get it. You see how the deck works, and obviously I can take her down. There's a test of will, so, I mean, this is a super powerful deck. If you want to play it against any quests, you're just going to have a great time because you're going to steamroll it. It's a great rage questing deck where you just want to just destroy a quest. Okay, so I drew 2 cards with Berevor, and I can put them both in play. I haven't even played any of these Wild Stallions yet. I still have attachments that I can play, so I might as well just power up a second Guardian of Esgaroth. So let's put some Ancestral Armor on this one. So he is now defending for, what's he defending for? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, he doesn't have the Hauberk of Mail, which adds 2 defense, basically. Okay, so yeah, he's obviously an amazing defender. All right, we can exhaust the King of Dale. Might as well play another North Realm Lookout for free. It's just nuts. I mean, I've built decks that get incredible board states like this, but I had to do a lot of deck building to do it. Dale, you just throw the allies, the attachments in, and it does it itself. It really doesn't require any deck building on my part to get this type of board state. It's a self-assembling deck in a box, basically. I have played quests with Dale decks where I just stop playing once I get to a certain point because I know it's impossible for me to lose. And I don't need to prove I can beat the quest. It was more of, is this a Dale deck that works? So sometimes you just try different hero lineups. Like I have one with Arwen, so I can get King of Dale out on turn 1, and she's doing some resource acceleration. And I have one with Thurindir with the side quests. So, I mean, that's what makes a Dale deck fun, is just messing around with the hero lineups and the cards you're putting in there just to see what you can pull off. But once it gets up and running, you've proven, all right, I've built an unstoppable deck, and we can just say I won. All right, the next quest stage we got is Dagner's Wrath. It's 7 progress needed. After characters are committed to the quest, Dagner makes an immediate attack against the player with the most characters. That'd be a bad one to reveal on turn 1. And then Forced, after you defeat this stage, deal 5 damage to Dagner. Okay, that's no problem. We should be able to clear this. So if I send a Long Lake Fisherman and then 5 characters who don't exhaust a quest, I'm going to be sending 31. I did attach a Hauberk of Mail to that other Guardian of Esgaroth, so he has the same stats as the one with all the dice. So he will defend Dagner, so it's going to be 7 against 7. Attacking enemy gets +2 defense until the end of the phase. Okay, no problem there. It's 31 against 5. I need to make 7 progress. And we get Afraid of the Dark. You attach it to a questing hero. I don't have a questing hero, so that does nothing. And we clear this. Okay, that's cool. So we get to deal 5 damage to Dagner. It doesn't count against the amount of damage I can do if I attack her. It's additional damage. So that is our 5th quest in the victory display. So now Dagner is considered engaged with us and will attack us each round. So we have another attack of 7 coming, and we already have, well, it's a little wrong. We already have like 8 damage on her. The shadow is, if this attack is undefended, it wasn't. Okay, and then we can swing back. I mean, the King of Dale here can swing for 9 by himself. So we definitely have enough attack power to deal the 6 damage we're allowed to do. So my damage tokens are a little wrong. She has 14 damage on her right now, even though it says 15. All right, let's go into the next round. All right, next round, I'm making sure the king has the right stats on him for his attack. We're going to draw a card. We get our last Bow of You. All right, let's put that on the Long Lake Trader. He lets you move attachments around if you exhaust him, but that doesn't trigger the card draw or anything because you're moving the attachment. You are not playing it. Okay, but playing that attachment on him drew me my final map of Romanian. I want to play that on one of the North Realm Lookouts. So I'm going to use bartering. I'm going to pull back this Bow of You into my hand, reducing the cost of my next attachment by 0. I just wanted to get that off. Now I can pay a resource to attach the map to the lookout. So all 3 lookouts have maps, and it draws me a traffic from Dale. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's spend 1 resource. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we will add 10 resources to Bard. So yeah, just completely bonkers. It's just so broken. So he has 11 resources right now. So now I can pay for all these spirit cards I have in my hand that I absolutely don't need to play. Let's draw 2 more cards and see what else we get. Okay, another Long Lake Trader and another Spare Hood and Cloak. Okay, let's use The King of Dale will put in the Long Lake Trader for free, give him the Spare Hood and Cloak. That will draw me a card. It is a Long Lake Fisherman. I will spend 2 spirit resources to put in this Long Lake Fisherman. I have 1 card left in my deck, so I am going to say 3, because I know what this card is. I know it costs 3. So there we go. It is a Gladjem's Greeting. So there we go. Let's spend 3 resources and drop my threat by 6. That'll take me to 32. I started at 29. And I have no more cards to draw. I have a ton of cards in my hand. I can play 2 Wild Stallions. I could attach them to these Guardians of Esgaroth, but why? I mean, they don't need any more stats. It's fine. So what you do is you play them, and then you, as a planning action, can attach it to an ally to boost all the allies' stats by 1. So let's add 1 to this Redwater Sentry, and who else gets a Wild Stallion? Let's give it to this Long Lake Fisherman that doesn't have anything. Sure, why not? So his stats just got boosted, and there we go. That's a heck of a board state. All right, let's go into the quest phase. We're going to look at the top card of the quest deck. It is the Frenzied Warrens again. So after we commit characters to the quest, we discard the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, and a random enemy from those top 5 gets added to the staging area. Okay, without exhausting anybody. Now, I still want to exhaust one of these Long Lake Fishermen, just in case I get that Eyes in the Dark or whatever. I can't remember all the treacheries and stuff in this quest, so I want at least 1 character that I don't mind losing. Okay, discard 5 cards. There's an enemy. And okay, we just had 1 enemy, so it's this Deep Dweller, and he attacks you when he engages you, and if you don't kill him, he crawls back up into his little hole in the staging area. Okay, that added 2 threat, so we are up against 8, and the treachery we get, oh, this is a new one. Suffocating Shadows. Each player deals X damage among characters he controls, where X is 1 more than the number of quests in the victory display. Alrighty, that's some damage that's going to go on the board, but I have 2 Wardens of Healing, so that's not a huge deal. Let's deal out the damage, and then we're going to heal a bunch of it right off. We are going to add another quest to the victory display. When this one was defeated, we get to drop our threat by 5. We are now lower in threat than we were when we started the game. And now combat. So we're going to get engaged by this Deep Dweller, and when it engages me, it makes an immediate attack. Alrighty. Let's have this attack defended by the Sentry, and the Shadow is +2 defense until the end of the phase. No problem. And then now we have the real attacks coming. So 1 Shadow there, 1 Shadow there. My Guardian of Esgaroth will handle Dagner. There is a Shadow. If the attacking enemy is Dagner, the defending player must assign X damage among characters he controls, where X is equal to 1 more than the number of quest cards in the victory display. Okay, so a lot more damage being dealt out to my board state. I can handle it. These Dale allies have extra hit points. A lot of the allies have 2 hit points to start with. Okay, now the Deep Dweller is going to attack me. This Guardian of Esgaroth will handle it. +2 if Dagner's engaged with me. Okay, no problem. King Brand is currently attacking for 10. So that's pretty crazy. Okay, so if he swings for 10, he'll do 5 damage to Dagner. And like I said, if I had the counters incorrect, there's definitely somebody who could have swung in and added 1 more attack. All right, and now we need to take out the Cave Dweller thing there, the Deep Dweller, that's what it's called. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dead. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that effect because we were able to kill it. And let's go into the next round, and we have only 1 quest stage left, and it's the one where we can actually kill Dagner. So let's go. I don't have any cards I can draw, but I do have 2 ready Wardens of Healing, so they can heal off some of this damage that we have on the board. There we go. And I do have some more cards I can play, so why not? So King of Dale will pop in another Guardian of Esgaroth. I can play a bow and another Wild Stallion. Let's attach both of those to the Guardian of Esgaroth. I have 2 condition removal cards and a test of will. And, there's 2 left. Oh, I forgot. I thought this was the final round. All right, Imminent Pursuit. After characters are committed to the quest, each player must deal 2 damage to a character that was committed to the quest. And then when this stage is defeated, we can discard a non-unique enemy. Let's deal that 2 damage to this Fisherman riding a wild stallion that's committed to the quest. 32 going on the quest with 1 character being exhausted, and we get... Oh, what the heck is this? Wilderland's Bane. When revealed, Dagner is going to make an immediate attack. Okay, so we'll defend that. The Shadow is discard an attachment I control. Oh no, what am I going to do? All right, I will discard, I guess, this Spare Hood and Cloak. Sure, why not? Okay, we survived that attack. We added no threat. We're going to clear the quest stage. There is no non-unique enemy to discard, so that does nothing. And let's get attacked by Dagner again. So I have another Guardian of Esgaroth that can handle that attack. So Shadow up. And the Shadow is nothing. And yeah, if I didn't have the damage on Dagner, I could definitely deal it now. Okay, next round. I don't even have that many cards I need to ready. Okay, I'm going to have the Wardens of Healing do more healing, and then I'm going to spend 2 lore resources to pop one of them back up and do some more healing. So there we go. Let's clear off some of this red. Okay, this is the final stage, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't have any more. I don't have any cards I really need to play, so I guess let's go. We get the Great Worm. Remember this one? -5 engagement for every player I control, but Dagner can't leave the staging area because there's 5 or more quests in the victory display. So all we got to do is survive questing and then survive an attack. Okay, what do we get? Discard cards until we get a location. Okay, so there goes. We never revealed any of those big trolls or anything. Here's our 3 threat location. We quested for plenty. Okay, Dagner's going to attack. One of our Guardians of Esgaroth will jump in front of this attack. The Shadow is another one of those condition attachments that never got revealed that we had a plan for. And then we can attack with the King of Dale, and we can add Wormsbane to the victory display, which will add Dagner to the victory display because Dagner has 0 hit points remaining, and that means we have a victory Dale. It will get the job done. If you get stuck on a quest, bring this deck. This deck will do it. Okay, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that video. 1 more quest to go in the Arid Mithrin cycle, and then that cycle is complete. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.